Welcome back, everybody, to another gay replay of Dragon Age Inquisition. I think we're done kind of talking with everybody that we can talk to. Really, I've done a bunch of quests off camera. So now we're going to go check out the war table and address the nobleman's concerns. So this is when I ended up using Clulin to take care of this.
You're not pleased?
I am not convinced we are prepared for the full scrutiny of Val Royeaux.
Address the nobleman's concerns, Commander Cullen. Am I to understand you are in charge of the soldiers trampling on my lawns, providing food and refuge to the scrabble of filth burrowing into my land? A plague on you, sir, for spitting in the face of an honest petitioner, for taking advantage of my distress. Did my wretched neighbor Bantrapt whisper in your ear? Tell me what he paid you so that I may at least know the price of treachery, sir. My only consolation is that a few of the rank and file have gone to join your farce of an Inquisition. In bitterest disgust, Lord Kildren. Yeah. The Carta gets its cut. Kadash. What I'm hearing is, the card has been paid for. No more hit, happy dasher. All that rot. Good work. Might even see if I can pay a visit to one of the safe houses and not lose my head. I'll be in touch. Lantos. Hard in Hightown, Varric's Revenge. My dear Josephine, I have looked into the matter of your writer. That book, by the way, is truly dreadful and has been panned by every critic in Antiva. The publisher does not know the identity of the writer. They must receive manuscripts by courier. I was able to track down the courier, however, who is receiving our packages from another courier out of Kirkwall. Best of luck, Katarsi Velatsi. It's probably a Mamulet power for Varric. Rescue soldiers missing in Varen. I don't have enough power, so might as well just have gather coin. Josephine, you probably have this better than anybody else.
Let us begin.
Okay. So we're gonna scout the Hinterlands. Oh, we're gonna head over. Actually, we're going to head over to the Hinterlands. Let's do that right now. Yep, we've got power. We've got power. Yes, we do. Hinterlands. Don't worry, guys. I am not going to be sending you oodles and oodles of Hinterland videos because this is just highlights only. So I think I'm just gonna do my side quest with Harding and then skip over probably to when we end up meeting Mother Giselle. And then we'll just keep going from there. And I'm probably not going to stay in the Hinterlands for longer than I absolutely need to. I'm just going to grab whatever power I need to advance the story and just keep going.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach.
Another fellow
Good
dwarf.
to see another dwarf in the Inquisition. There aren't many of us around.
Yeah.
Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Pleased to meet you. Yeah, it's nice to meet another fellow dwarf.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster.
That's where I'm to go.
I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Thanks, Harding. Love you, Harding. Apparently, it's possible to sort of romance Harding. I forgot what the requirements are, but it's not that easy to do, but it's possible.
We are not Templars. We meet...
I don't think they're going to be listening to you.
No harm. Doesn't look like they're listening.
Kick that. Yeah, Andy. Good stuff. Come on. Ow. Good job, Andy.
Be ready. More coming our way.
I forgot how persistent these guys were. More of them. Shatter. Nice. Oh, I hate those things. The shield guys. Oh yeah, I love that barrier.
It's done.
Whew, good stuff. Pretty much I beelined right for this area, which is not what I did last time. Certainly not. Hello? Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle,
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I don't really want them to.
not through any choice of mine.
We seldom have much say in our fate, I'm sad to say.
So you agree with them?
I don't presume to know the Maker's intentions, for any of us. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
Then why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding.
My clothes are
hoping
clean
to
again.
increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
Don't you support the Chantry, though?
But don't you stand with the rest of the Chantry?
With no divine, we are each left to our own conscience, and mine tells me this. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
They want to execute me, and you think I should just walk up to them?
You are no longer alone. They cannot imprison or attack you.
They could try.
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
You make it sound simple.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven, and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Are you able to bring the Inquisition in such a way that will destroy us? Because the trailers for this game made it seem like we were able to
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Made it seem like we had the ability to raise up Thetis or bring it to its doom, bring it to its destruction. And I don't think we technically were really able to do that. I guess some of our choices might have made some parts of Thetis like a little better than it could be. I guess one example would be who ends up being leader of Orlais or something. You could argue it might not be as optimal, but I don't know. That was just something that I was a little somewhat wondering if they were actually going to be able to give us the ability to bring Thetis down more so than it seemed like the game did. Here's this crowd of
Your kind killed the most holy.
unrest.
Died. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Commander!
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer.
Meanwhile,
We
Andy's
are
going.
all part of the Inquisition.
And what does
Yikes.
that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Oh, Chancellor Roderick.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Hey, Culls.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
I love that
The
line.
Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Yeah, well, this proper authority failed.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Chantry and exalt a murderer? What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
Yeah, exactly.
Remind me, why are you allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
The Mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
How widespread is the violence between Mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between Mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
Well, let's hope we find solutions and not a cathedral full of chancellors.
The stuff of nightmares.
Mock, if you will. I'm certain the Maker is less amused.
I'm sure that Andy could care less whether the Maker is amused or not.
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you.
I have heard.
In my arms
Greetings,
lies
Herald
it.
of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
People are frustrating me.
Well, you know how these things go. Well, at least I hope someone does.
You laugh to bring a little light into the darkness. And I'm glad to see it. Too many see laughter as antithetical to the chant of light. They imagine Andraste as a grim warrior all her life, forgetting that she loved and was loved in return. I hope she found time for laughter during her trials. As I hope you do.
Is just to love and be loved in return. What were you talking about? There is no Maker. Thank you. I am not the Herald. The princess.
I don't believe in the Maker.
Fair enough. But Andraste lived, and her deeds, however shrouded by myth, have their basis in fact. If you do not believe the Chant of Light, at least consider it a map of the dangers you might face. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
That's horrible. We're named after that. It had to be done.
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
And now the Inquisition has been called again to restore order. By force.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
I think Andy kind of likes that.
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of a Divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
What are you doing to help these people?
My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some refugees come with food, while others arrive empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough to eat. Beyond that, many simply wish the familiar comfort of the Chant of Light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the Hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Orlais and Ferelden.
Farewell.
Until next time.
Alright, speaking of Orlais, I think it's about time. I got the minimum amount of power, essentially, to go to Val Royeaux. So we're gonna go to Val Royeaux. Speeding through. I really wish that there was a way to change our pajama outfit whenever we go to the war room. I'm not a big fan. That color just does not suit us.
Leliana? Anything new we don't already know about?
No, nothing.
We got some coin, 106. Our efforts bore fruit. A portion of the profits will be passed to you. Use it wisely, Herald. Ooh, the bog unicorn. Yes.
To work?
Accept that. Soldiers missing in Ferelden. Yeah, we're gonna need 8 for that. However, I think we have enough. Let's have Leliana do this one. It would be a simple matter to collect secrets, sell them with nothing traceable back to the Inquisition. Here.
Let's see what we have.
Dress the Chantry in Val Royeaux Power 4. Recommended levels 4 to 7.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask him.
This may not actually help. This is a terrible plan. Yeah, I think Andy's being a little pessimistic. Andy's not the most optimistic person in the world. He's kind of errs on the side of whatever could go wrong, can go wrong, or will go wrong.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers, and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with him.
Despite their
Giselle
differences.
said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Oh yes. Let's go. It leaves us with only one power left, but that's okay. I'll do what I need to do in order to continue the story on afterwards. Whew. How to act Ferelden. We don't want to know how to act Ferelden, we want to know how to act Orlais. How to play the game.
The city still mourns.
I love the kite that Cassandra's carrying around her back.
Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Great.
Only one thing to do, then.
Oh, here we go.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery.
Who are you calling treachery?
You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no dwarf in our hour of need.
Excuse me?
Enough! I will not listen to these self-serving lies. We came here to talk.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
Yeah, Andy was getting a little irritated there. And here comes the Seekers.
Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Well.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Save me the trouble. Not here for us then? Am I supposed to be impressed? How dare you? Not here for us then.
I was just about to do that myself.
As if I would do anything for your pleasure.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
I don't think Andy likes him either. He doesn't seem to like anyone affiliated with the Chantry, it looks like. Then why are you here?
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Okay. Hey, Barrick.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
It doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Right.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
I don't know. Just a dwarf. Why do you care?
Haven't you already made up your mind? Why ask me now?
Because, despite all my fears, what if it's true? What if I have erred? I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
If you think... I understand why some of you may think that Andy's being a bit too harsh on the mother. I think he just didn't really like how the mother was speaking to him, you know, some dwarf. She was basically saying, like, he was really insulted by her when she sort of was very dismissive to him about his race. And I think that that's racism against his kind, I think, is a very touchy subject for Andy. And he doesn't have very much patience for people like that. I think that, yeah, I think he took great issue with that, and that's kind of why he's being a little bit snarky against the mother, because his respect for her kind of went out the window. I mean, granted, he's not really big on the whole Maker thing in general, but even so, his respect for this woman just went out of window completely when the moment she was being dismissive of him because of his race. So, It's tough for me to roleplay Andy compared to art, because art I was roleplaying very closely to what I would do in real life, and every time I choose something which is completely not what I would say in real life, completely the opposite, I get a little, you know, I get a little bit of a, you know, it's very challenging for me, really hard, but I'm trying to stay in character with Andy as much as possible.
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can. And leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire.
See, that's what we want.
Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would.
Oh, you very little faith.
I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn Her Holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
The Chantry made a big mistake, and now it's paying the price.
Perhaps you are correct. We are only trying to find our way, with little guidance now, but our faith.
That's not enough.
When is it ever enough? That is the nature of faith. Leave me be, Survivor. Your presence here is not comforting.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up this mess.
I hope against hope that may be the case.
Okay.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Yeah, I remember this. Favors for Red Jenny. Yep.
I believe that
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Yep. Thank you. And we'll be exploring Val Royeaux in a moment. I just want to. There we go.
If I
Trigger
might have
this.
a moment of your time.
The fake Fiona.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap.
Smart.
I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
What do you want in exchange for the mage's help?
Oh, I haven't promised the Inquisition our help yet. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
The only thing is, I think
Come, let us return to Haven.
Andy's pretty wary of mages. He thinks Solas is cool enough. I mean, they have their differences, but yeah, he's a bit wary of mages. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this here. Thanks for watching this episode of Gay Replay, Dragon Age Inquisition. Tune in next time everybody, and until then, love yourselves and love each other.